Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As I'm about to title today's video, we're here to go over the 100K Mypoints method in NBA 2K23 that's also going to help you get your finishing, playmaking, and defense. Now, assuming that you're a build that has pretty decent playmaking, finishing, and defense, this is going to help you a ton. If you're someone who has very low in one of the categories though, I have multiple different methods for you to be able to access a couple different things. So, I hope y'all enjoy the video. If you do, drop a like, sub if you're new to the noties, all good stuff, and let's track this one to 2,000 likes. Alright, so first and foremost, I want to let you guys know I am on Hall of Fame 12-minute quarters playing against the Nuggets. We'll talk about that at the end of the video and come back to the fact that that actually matters, who you're playing and stuff like that as well. And obviously the Hall of Fame difficulty is going to be upping the efficiency of like the badge progress that you're getting per thing that you do. So I want to show you, first of all, I know it's going to be a little bit hard to see this little circle right here because it's kind of near a logo, but as you can see, I am tapping my left bumper button, or I believe L1 on P5. This is going to help the bigs, the slashers of the world get your finishing badges extremely easy. I'm not even joking. You can easily do this on Hall of Fame and spam it over and over again. There's no negative for failing. You're going to do it very efficiently and very consistently as well, as long as you have alley-oop packages. So check this out. You tap your left bumper, you sit in this circle, it's going to call for this off-ball screen from anybody that's near you. Try and stay to the side of the court where there's only one other person off-ball. Your point guard's going to be somewhere. You want to go to wherever there's only one person off-ball. So like, for instance, if I was over here, it would have me doing some stupid like cut right down the middle. It would be really, really dumb. This right here, it works at a super high efficiency. I, unfortunately, on this first one, though, don't actually get it to work. And then you're going to see I just get some stupid close shot to, like, go in. And, again, this is on Hall of Fame that early just went right there. So that's kind of crazy. But I just wanted to show the first process of me doing it. I do it at a super efficient rate moving forward. But, again, I'm showing you guys the fails as well. On defense, I feel like it's very simple and very self-explanatory after all these years of 2K that you want to do stuff like this if you have solid block rating. So I feel like going for steals is very just tedious on my career. It's extremely frustrating. You get fouls, you get reach-ins, stuff like that. It's really dumb. With this right here where you do a little bit of a baiting, I would call it, is pretty much you bait them to pass your guy in motion like this. Low-key AD rotates down on this too, but I probably wouldn't fine regardless if he did or not. But as you can see, bait them into passing to Aaron Gordon right there. His finishing tendency is very, very high too. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, when you play my career and you're grinding badges, it's such a like know the player's tendency sort of deal. Like watch this. Now, like literally, I'm able to kind of like play him high. I understand you're probably like, well, what are you talking about? You're literally contesting Aaron Gordon like that. Well, again, you're trying to bait them into things that are going to give you the opportunity to get badges. If I'm contesting him or if I'm defending him way too good right here, like this late contest is going to like prompt him into driving. If I was already like on him and smothering him, he's just not going to be able to drive anywhere. He's not going to go anywhere with the ball at all, and there's nothing to be done. Instead, I get a block, a good shot contest, and a rebound all within 3 seconds. And then boom, this little thing pops up. I forget what these are called, but either way, then we go back to offense, spamming these off-ball screens again. Boom, come off this, call for it. You're going to double tap your Y or triangle button while you're on the drive right here too, so just keep that in mind. But again, you want to give it to your point guard or really whoever. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't have to be your point guard either. But you're going to see you give it to the guard. You're going to just tap that left bumper button or L1. You're going to come off this off ball. And right here, you're double tapping your triangle or double tapping your Y. And it's always going to come down to, is this help defender going to be an elite defender right here? Where, again, me personally, I think the Nuggets are a perfect team to do this on. They have horrible defense across the whole lineup, like from top to bottom. And not to mention, like, I'll just give it away and we'll talk about it at the end of the video anyway too. But it's the opponent's strength that's factored in too. You get a 1.5 times multiplier for playing in an elite team. And most elite teams like the Clippers or the Lakers are going to be extremely annoying on the defensive end just off their physicality and their just speed and like tenacity, stuff like that. It's crazy. But anyway, as you can see, once again, come off those screens, double tap that Y button, and yes, you have to have a little bit of skill. It's really, these are not that hard, bro. In case anybody doesn't know how to time these alley-oops, literally, you just call for that, right? You just double tap your Y, and literally all you have to do, not touch anything until you tap X right there. You just tap your X button. You don't have to hold it. You don't have to do any BS like that. You literally just tap it when you want it to be released. Simple as that. It's literally so easy. I don't know why so many people struggle with that alley-oop stuff. It's crazy to me. But anyway, let's talk about knowing your personnel again. Right here, we have a pick and popper right here with Jeff Green. Obviously, he comes off that screen. He's not looking to drive very much. It's going to be very heavy when it comes to shooting. So you want to bait these as well. You want to be able to just bait contest. If you don't get a good enough contest, it's better than being way too smothered on him where he's not even attempting the shot. So you always want to be later than early, I'll say, when it comes to blocking people, when it comes to contesting them. And as you can see, we get a really nice contest right there. It's going to pop up as a 14. And on that one right there, I actually don't get the defensive badge points as far as the accolade goes, but the purpose still serves. Like, it's obvious that, you know, that's what you want to do. You want to be able to bait them, and you want to be later than early, like I just said. Now check this out. I was on this side of the ball, like, or this side of the court, I should say, tapping that left bumper button, and it was setting up some stupid off-ball screen, like I said, where it's super congested on the side. So I'm gonna relocate over here to the wing and then do it again, and now you're gonna see it sets up perfectly fine. Come off that off ball. I don't even get open off a screen. I'm literally just like outrunning my guy to an extent. Maybe the screen helps me get somewhat open because I'm able to like maneuver him around it, so to say. But as you can see, like, just, it's so easy. I mean, you just can spam this over and over again. And not to mention too, I want to show you this as well and we'll get off the finishing topic real soon, I promise you guys. But check out the accolades. Obviously, you're catching the alley-oop, right? And that just counts as its own accolade. But also, it counts as the posterize for the highlight play. And I want to let you guys know that is giving you even more finishing badges as well. So if you're finishing contested, it's going to give you even more. So one last little clip right here just to show the consistency and the proof of doing this. Again, you're just going to come off this. Really, like, the help defender is also very low IQ when it comes to that stuff. All right, now check this out. I give the ball to Pat Bev right here, and I'm trying to call for the off-ball screen. But I have this theory that when LeBron is on the court, or someone that's an extreme offensive, like, powerhouse, they're literally telling me just, hey, you're a role player, get out of here. Like, no calling plays for you, no setting anything up for you. So this is where, if you have a build like mine, you will benefit off still being able to do this. If you have a little bit of playmaking in your build, this is where the bigs will get kind of hurt. But honestly, if you're a big that has zero playmaking, you're probably not going for playmaking badges anyway. So this is where we start talking about the playmaking badges. As you can see, I just call for the ball because I can't set that stuff up properly. You're just literally going to call for the screen and go ahead and read the defense. Literally as simple as that. I mean, you can get your finishing still by doing this. You can get your playmaking if you can make that read. And then if LeBron comes off this screen and is like rolling sooner than this, or if I slow down off the screen and maybe bait Jokic into stepping up on me, even though I can't shoot the ball obviously, but if Jokic steps up to me a little bit, maybe I could open up that lane for LeBron. And you will see in the next clip as well, it's definitely the case. But Hall of Fame Pro Touch, it definitely goes crazy. I don't have very many badges either while I'm like in this gameplay right here, but Hall of Fame Pro Touch is well worth if you have your layup timing on. You can absolutely make some contested BS like this. It's beautiful. And again, acrobatic layups, they count pretty good toward your finishing as well. But again, I literally can't call for that off-ball screen, so I'm just going to keep on spamming LeBron or AD pick and rolls. And as you're going to see, these dudes are some menaces. You can choose your team too, on top of that. You don't have to get drafted or anything. So literally, you're able to just set up and have LeBron and AD on your team. You can set up and have Kat and Rudy Gobert on your team. You can set up and have Giannis on your team. Like, so you can choose to have good pick and rollers if you're playing my career like that. So anyway, very next possession, the exact same possession down directly after. Boom, bang it on Jokic again. And this is why I say, like, I truly do think the Nuggets are the perfect team to play, because the reason their difficulty is so high for that like opponent strength meter is because their offense is so good. But I don't care about their offense. Like, honestly, it's still the same difference. I'm still gonna be able to bait people into blocks and stuff, and it's really, like I said, the same difference. So right there, we do fail, but I wanted to show you guys like how to do this essentially. So if you want to call for a screen from somebody specifically, you have to tap your L1 or LB, and you're gonna go ahead and hold the icon of the person that you want to have come set the screen. So if LeBron, let's say you want to use him specifically instead of AD, or maybe you're a point guard instead of me being at power forward, and whenever you hold your just left bumper or L1, it's gonna call for a screen only from the power forward or center. For me, it calls for a screen from either the small forward or center because I'm the power forward, so it just goes to the two biggest positions possible if you just hold your left bumper. But again, if you want to call for a screen specifically from one person, you're gonna tap that LB, then hold their icon, and they will come to you no matter where they're at. Again, if you only hold your left bumper, it just does the closest person to you that's considered a big man, and in that case, it would have been AD. So again, we do fail on this one. It's probably because this dude baits off the corner, off the wing from AD right there. And honestly, if you want to utilize Anthony Davis or like whoever's at center, the chances are it's probably more likely that you can use them in that pick and roll, because they're probably going to help off of your center if he's maybe not a shooter. Again, AD's kind of built different. He's definitely on some special stuff. If you're, let's say, the Timberwolves or something like that, and you're trying to use Kat in the pick and roll and like use him as a lob threat, but then Rudy Gobert sitting off ball on the 3-point line somewhere, it's probably gonna be tougher because the defense is going to help off them as well. So anyway, again, just still using LeBron, still going for those lobs. You could see, like, I think that's Will Barton down there, who has no size, no interior defense at all. And you're just going to be banging on people with that stuff. Again, I only have 4 assists. Keep that in mind. I have 4 assists, and I have 7,200 my points toward the playmaking. That's crazy. And at halftime, and we'll go ahead and show the minutes in a second as well, but at halftime, I have 19K finishing, 7K playmaking, and 13K defense. It's elite playing on Hall of Fame against high difficulty teams. And I highly recommend you guys sim past like really bad teams or anything like that. But as you can see, we have done this in 17 minutes. That's crazy. And I really think the efficiency of doing stuff like this is super high. And not to mention, I'm a 7-foot center with 70 ball handle. You guys can do this so much better if you're like on a super high ball handle point forward or a small guard or anything like that. Now, as far as the small guards go on obviously the defensive end, it's a different story. But as you can see right here, I just want to showcase to you guys that like I'm not going to actually get 100K Mypoints in this game because my minutes are very limited currently. But I get subbed for this whole fourth quarter on 12-minute quarter like game and stuff like that too. But I just wanted to show, like I said, I missed out on a whole quarter, and eventually when you get more minutes, it's going to be very possible to get even more Mypoints. To be honest with you, I probably even sold myself short by saying it's the 100K method because I got 77K in literally 25 minutes, I believe, and that can almost be doubled realistically. Like once you control your minutes and you could play like nearly 48 or like 45, something like that, you can easily be getting around 150K Mypoints. Again, if you're someone who is a smaller guard as well, you can benefit off that like crazy because for me, I'm a 7-foot center, like literally coming out here and being a pick and roll ball handler with lob throws. So anyway, as you can see, Hall of Fame difficulty 1.6 times multiplier, opponent strength 1.5 times multiplier. I want to show you guys that I did lab this stuff a little bit as well. We'll get to it at the very end of the video, but long story short, this is based on the overall of the team. It's not based on their record. It's not based on anything like that where they're in the standings. That doesn't matter. It's literally just how good is the team that you're playing. So as you can see, I caught 15 alley-oops and got 18K finishing toward that. The contact layups were not at a super high efficiency rate, but as you can see, some of these alley-oops were also poster dunks, which means on about a third of them, I was getting also like a doubled up factor. And I don't think it's at the same efficiency rate. As you can see, like if you multiply this by 3, it's nowhere near as good. So catching lobs is way more efficient than getting poster dunks. And then regular layups even still was decent efficiency at like 500 per. Acrobatic layups at a better efficiency rate would be important. But check this out. This is why I say the lob method is so good. It doesn't matter how efficient you shoot. It doesn't matter if you're missing lobs. It doesn't matter if the alley-oop is getting screwed up off the pass. The efficiency doesn't matter. Like literally, you still will just get 15 flat no matter what. Whereas regular layups, acrobatic layups, contact layups, whatever the case may be, you have to shoot them at like a true efficiency rate to be able to get them at like a good enough like rate as well. I know I'm saying efficiency and rate like super crazy, but that's just what it is. Like you have to do them very like well to be able to get that stuff. So anyway, scrolling down to the defense and the playmaking stuff, I mean, this is crazy. I don't know what relay assist is. I guess it's like a pass to assist, but you get pretty good Mypoints for that as well. But again, 8 times. Literally just pick and roll, then attack, then throw alley-oop. Literally, you just come off the screen, drive a little bit in the 3-point line, throw the lob. You're gonna get 3 things in one play. If you spam this playmaking stuff way more than I did too, like I'm gonna be real with you, this finishing stuff is good for finishing, but it's not great for Mypoints. Like overall, 18K for 15 is really good, but imagine if I did 15 assists. Like, you're getting crazy Mypoints, and the playmaking is going through the roof on that. Easy. So for defense, obviously I get 8 blocks, 7K Mypoints. I mean, honestly, defense is pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, you're baiting blocks, you're getting rebounds, you're letting them shoot wide open sometimes, and it just is what it is. You're just going to grab the board. Sometimes they're going to miss, and even if it's on Hall of Fame, it just kind of flows like that. So anyway, really good game right there. Again, 77K Mypoints. We're going to get 2 whole finishing badges off this. I believe we get, and it's really 2.5 for that matter. I believe we get 2 playmaking, but really I was like close to 1, so we'll just call that like a full playmaking badge and a half, and about a defensive badge and a half too. So again, if you have more minutes, this is going to be even more replicable or more like doable to be able to just absolutely go crazy. I really would recommend to play 12-minute quarters on Hall of Fame when you're playing teams that are elite. If you're maybe stuck playing a lower echelon team though, like let's say you're playing the Jazz or the Pistons or something like that, where you're gonna get no difficulty multiplier, low-key, just throw that thing, even if you still want to play on Hall of Fame, throw that thing on 5-minute quarters. Get through that game quickly and just get it over with, really. Or if you're a guard, if you honestly want to, you could, or even a lock, any shooting build for that matter. If you're a shooting build and you maybe are stuck playing a low difficulty team, I would highly recommend to low-key just go ahead and like put the difficulty on rookie and get your hot zones. And again, I want to show you my badges too. Like here's the box score, as you can see, 8 blocks, 8 assists, 13 rebounds, 47 points in 25 minutes. So this is very doable to have like some crazy stat line if you're able to get more minutes and you're maybe further into your career than I am. Not to mention if you're further in your career than I am. Like I said, I only have 6 finishing badge points on, and it's a Hall of Fame Pro Touch. Bronze Slithery and Bronze Acrobat. Like, you know how much easier this would be if you have more badge points equipped as well? And again, I just don't. Like, I literally, you know, I just have what I have, so it is what it is. But now this looks so much better. I could literally throw like Gold Slithery on, or if you wanted to put Aerial Wizard on and you're catching those lobs, it's going to benefit you as well. Again, playmaking, like you could just throw stuff on. I only have 2 playmaking badges and not great pass accuracy either. For the defense, I literally have 2 defensive badges. It's Chase Down and Workhorse, and that's it. So this is very doable. Also, here's a look at the attribute ratings that I was using in this gameplay. Obviously, you can see 60 pass accuracy throwing lobs like that, so it's very doable. Offensively, I mean, only 80 driving layup and 72 close shots, so it's nothing crazy in that aspect either. And again, 65 speed with ball, 73 acceleration. It's not like if you're a guard, you're gonna eat even more while doing stuff like this. So let me go ahead and pull up real quick just to show kind of the. I need to pull up the actual VOD. All right, so here's where I want to show you guys this stuff. So for instance, like I don't have the actual proof that the Nuggets were the 8 seed when I played them, but just take my word for it. It was the game like literally right after this one that I just played the T-Wolves one, right? And they were the 8 seed. So here's the thing. The T-Wolves, as you can see, were literally 4-1 before we beat them in this game. And you could see the opponent's strength was only 1.25, which is really crazy because I think the T-Wolves have a pretty loaded roster as far as like overall wise. But either way, like these dudes were literally the 2 seed and we beat them, and obviously it was still only 1.25 times multiplier. So it's not based on record, it's not based on standings, it's only based on the like overall of the team. So I'm assuming teams to target. Let's give you some teams to target because obviously you can kind of just read them and I'll give you like my idea off the top of my head. It's not guaranteed, but it's just my idea. So we have the Nuggets 100%, like that's for sure. I would assume the Grizzlies and Warriors are also in the West that you could go for as well. The Suns for sure as well. And then after that, I'm not exactly positive because I feel like the T-Wolves would be one of the next best ones. Mavs probably don't have a super high overall. It's just Luka carrying them. As far as East, we could probably assume the Hawks are up there. Now they added DeJounte Murray. That's a pretty loaded roster. Heat for sure as well. 76ers 100%. Bucks definitely 100% as well. Celtics very likely, I would assume. The Cavs may be up there now because they added Donovan Mitchell and they do have a pretty like deep roster. It's hard to say though, but definitely those are some teams to target. I think that's definitely your good idea. And again, if you get stuck playing some team, I don't know how the Pacers are 4-2. If you get stuck playing some team like the Pacers, or you get stuck playing some team like the Kings or something like that, go ahead and just drop that difficulty. Go get your hot zones and play for like 5-minute quarters or something like that. Easy. And just literally deal with it like that. So anyway, soft video. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, for to drop a like, stuff if you're new, turn on the noties, all that good stuff. And like I said in the intro, try to 2,000 likes. If you made it to the end of the video, put badge or put points in the comments. Try to support me all the way through. And on that, hope y'all enjoy. Take it easy, man. Peace.